Credit cards are among the most powerful financial tools ever created, giving people the ability to make purchases instantly, build credit histories, and access short-term financing when needed. Yet they are also one of the most misunderstood products in personal finance because their greatest danger is not the card itself, but the behavior it can encourage. When people spend cash, they physically watch money leave their hands, creating a psychological sense of loss that naturally slows spending decisions. Credit cards remove much of that friction. A quick tap or swipe completes the transaction, making purchases feel effortless and often less significant than they truly are. This convenience changes how the brain experiences spending, and that subtle shift can have major financial consequences over time. One of the most powerful mechanisms behind credit card spending is delayed payment. Consumers receive the benefit of a purchase immediately, while the financial consequences arrive weeks later. This separation between action and payment makes it easier to spend beyond planned budgets, because the impact is not felt in real time. Credit card companies also reinforce spending behavior through rewards programs such as cashback, travel points, and discounts. While these benefits can be valuable when used responsibly, they often create the illusion that spending itself is productive. Many people begin justifying purchases because of the rewards attached to them, rather than evaluating whether the purchase is actually necessary or aligned with their financial goals. Another major factor is the minimum payment system. Credit cards allow users to pay only a small percentage of their balance each month, creating the impression that debt is manageable even when balances continue to grow. Interest accumulates quietly in the background, and because the growth is gradual, many people fail to recognize the true cost until the debt becomes substantial. Over time, debt can become psychologically normalized. Instead of viewing a balance as borrowed money that must be eliminated, people begin treating it as a permanent part of life. What starts as occasional borrowing gradually becomes a monthly cycle of spending, repayment, and renewed borrowing that can continue for years. Lifestyle inflation further magnifies the problem. As incomes rise and credit limits increase, spending often expands just as quickly. Rather than using higher earnings to strengthen savings or investments, many consumers upgrade their lifestyles before their finances can comfortably support those changes. Credit cards make this process remarkably easy because access to purchasing power often grows faster than financial discipline. Emotional spending also becomes more common when barriers to purchasing disappear. Stress, boredom, excitement, social comparison, and impulse can all trigger buying decisions that provide temporary satisfaction but create long-term financial strain. Because the transaction feels painless in the moment, the emotional reward frequently outweighs rational analysis. One of the most important concepts to understand is that interest compounds against borrowers in the same way investments compound for investors. Small balances can become surprisingly expensive when high interest rates are applied month after month. A purchase that initially seemed minor can ultimately cost far more than its original price. Financial institutions generate significant revenue from consumers who carry balances, pay interest, and remain in debt for extended periods. However, this does not mean credit cards are designed to guarantee failure. They remain financial tools, and like any tool, their impact depends largely on how they are used. Responsible users treat credit cards as payment mechanisms rather than extensions of income, paying balances in full and avoiding unnecessary interest charges. The most successful wealth builders understand a simple principle: credit cards amplify existing behavior. Good financial habits become more effective while poor habits become more costly. They track spending carefully, separate consumption from investing, and make lifestyle decisions based on income and budgets rather than available credit limits. Awareness becomes their greatest advantage because most financial problems are not caused by a lack of earning potential, but by a lack of visibility into spending patterns. 3 major lessons emerge from understanding credit cards. First, they influence spending psychology more than most people realize. Second, debt grows through convenience, delayed consequences, and weak discipline. Third, long-term financial success comes not from avoiding credit altogether, but from controlling it. The individuals who build lasting wealth are not necessarily those who never use credit cards. They are the ones who understand exactly how the system works and use it strategically rather than emotionally.